How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? As you get ready to listen to this upcoming episode from the Playmakers Blog podcast, I just want to let you know that you too can get into the podcast journey. It's very simple, it's very easy. All you got to do is jump on Anchor, the one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. It is 100% free and easy to use. And even with Anchor, you can get great sponsors who want to advertise your podcast. That means you can get paid for your podcast right away from Jump Street. So, in fact, reading this ad is what I'm doing right now. So, if you had the time, if you had the wood and determination and the dream to be a podcaster, what you waiting for? Jump on it. Anchor is the way to go. You ready? I'm ready. The Playmakers Bar Podcast present Hoops Talk, hosted by Darnell, the Playmaker Salins. NBA, college basketball, playoffs, March Madness. No matter what, we talking hoops, man. Let's get it. Ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? How's it going on this beautiful Friday morning, July 23rd, 2021? For those of you who don't know who I am and what show you're listening to, this is Darnell, the Playmaker Salins, the leader, the host of the Playmakers Bar. And this is Hoops Talk. As you know, it's been a while. I do apologize, but hey, we have crowned the NBA champion this past Tuesday. Shots out go out to the Milwaukee Bucks, taking down the Phoenix Suns in 6 games. A lovely way to end the series, this season at home in Milwaukee. The Deer District celebrating with 65,000 plus outside the arena, with 20,000 plus inside the arena, to see the Milwaukee Bucks take home the championship first time since 1971. 50 years between championships. And I must say, Giannis Antetokounmpo put on one of the best finals performances I have ever seen, especially in the closeout game. Mind you, Giannis already had 2 40-point games in this series. Then you have the alley-oop block when he stopped Devin Booker from driving, turned around, got back and blocked the alley-oop of DeAndre Ayton. That's game 4. You turn to game 5. Jrue Holiday strips Devin Booker. Those are alley-oop to Giannis, and Chris Paul fouls him for whatever reason. Another memorable moment for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And then to top it all off, in the biggest game in Milwaukee Bucks history, Giannis Antetokounmpo dropped 50, 14, and 5 blocks to close out the Phoenix Suns. I don't know where y'all will rank his performance, but mine is up there, probably in the top 3. Now, I only got 29 going on 30 years of basketball experience, but hey, we all know Michael Jordan is up there. Going off of 45 in the closeout game 6 in Utah and Salt Lake City, to win his 6th and final NBA title. When you look back at stuff like this, you go back a long ways. The closest thing to what Giannis did is MJ. Or that's the closest. Talking about a number of years, the closest is MJ. And that was, 98? Kobe Bryant had his moment. You know, Shaq fouls out in the 2001 finals or the 2000 finals against Indiana. Kobe takes over in overtime. But Kobe hasn't even done what Giannis did. I can't even think of a finals game where Kobe did what Giannis did. LeBron has done it. I take that LeBron has, you know. He went back for back-to-back 40-point games. He's done it. He's done something similar, you know. But Giannis, not only he dropped 50 and had 14 boards and 5 blocks. The man went 17, for 19 from the foul line. Giannis hit his free throws. My goodness. He hit his free throws. I mean, there's no other person who can get Finals MVP but Giannis. That's it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. So we talking 40-point games. We talking massive block out of you, a monster and one plus the foul. We talking 50 points in the closeout game, hitting your free throws, grabbing rebounds, and throwing everything back. I mean, he ran down Miles Bridges. Nah, homie, not today. You got Devin Booker twice. Nah, homie, not today. Just throwing shots back, man. Got to give him, man, his credit. That man Giannis wanted it. And I'm happy because he proved me right. I said Bucks in 6. When I did the preview, I said Bucks in 6. And whew, I said they will split between the 4 games. They will split and they'll come back and get the final 2. And that's exactly what happened. Phoenix defended home court. Milwaukee came back defending home court. Milwaukee walked into Phoenix, took that one, and came home and finished it off. Enough said. It is on the sad note. Chris Paul, yeah, you didn't get your ring, man. But at the same time, you didn't show up either. You showed up in the second quarter of Game 6. You know, you provided a spark. You keep the Suns in reach, and then second half, you was off. Devin Booker, off. DeAndre Ayton. You know, I listen to Skip, and then I listen to Shannon Sharp on Undisputed, and Stephen A. and Max. And you know what? I gotta admit, DeAndre Ayton looked petrified going against Giannis. Looked like the moment got too big for him, and he knew Giannis, and he seen how Giannis was coming out. Hey, man, I don't know. DeAndre Ayton didn't look, after game 1, he didn't look the same. I credit Mike Budenholzer on that. Putting Giannis at the 5 and making it very difficult. DeAndre Ayton couldn't adjust. Also, putting Jrue Holiday on Chris Paul as an adjustment, man, I love it. Mike Budenholzer did some adjustments. Monte Williams for the Phoenix Suns. You ain't get Cam Johnson involved enough, man. I agree with Stephen A. Smith. Cam Johnson should have been shooting the ball at least 10 times. At least 10 times, because you were making them. He was going at minimum 50% from the field. So he's only getting, what, 2 to 4 shots a game? No. When y'all was at home the first 2 games, Cam Johnson was involved. Cam Johnson gave you double-digit points. Cam Johnson was like, hey, you give me the ball, you know, give me in good position, we gonna score. And that's what happened in the first 2 games. Cameron Payne, too. Cameron Payne showed up in the second half showed up in Game 6 a little bit. And then he faded away because he didn't get enough playing time. I mean, Monte Williams got to figure out some things, but, hey, Phoenix Suns got this far. They came up short. It is what it is. Chris Paul's future is up in the air. We shall see. He said he's not retiring, but is he going to stay with Phoenix? Is he going to be a free agent and go somewhere else? We'll see. We shall see. But, man, I like the Phoenix team. I enjoyed these finals. It was some great action, lovely action. But the season is over. And shout out to the Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis Antetokounmpo for being NBA champions. You got there, and you handled business. So I just had to get that out the way. I had to give love to the Milwaukee Bucks and do some analysis on the finals. But here's the main topic of today before we get out of here, because it's not going to be a very long episode. The NBA season is over. We turn our focus into the 2020 Olympics in Tokyo. The Team USA is there, both the men's and the women's. The men are going for a 4th straight gold. The women's are going for a 7th straight gold. It is questions in the air about the Olympics even happening because there's another outbreak going out there in Tokyo, over in Japan. The opening ceremony is taking place with nobody in attendance. This is what these things happen. But, you know, it's the Olympics. This is where USA dominates. This is where USA controls. Basketball is where we run the world in basketball. On the ladies' side, starting with my ladies first. Like I said, going for 7 straight gold medal. You can't even remember the last time they even lost the gold. They ain't even get gold medal. That's how long it's been. You need every 4 years. We talking about. So we talking every 4 years. That's 24 years these women has won gold. So you have to subtract 24 years from 2020. So you looking at 1980, 1970, the last time they haven't won gold? I mean, that's long. That's a long time. That's a very long time. That's how dominant our ladies been in basketball. You know, we got Aria Akins, you know, Tina Charles, Collier, Skylar Diggins, Sylvia Flowers, Chelsea Gray, Brittany Griner, you know, Drea Lloyd, Breanna Stewart, Aja Wilson, led by our two most famous women, Diana Taursai and Sue Bird leading the way with Dawn Stanley as the head coach for the Olympic women's team. I love our chances. I love our women's chances of coming back. Now, they did lose to Australia in the exhibition game. I'm not going to poo-poo that. But that might be what they needed to say, hey, you know, the other countries out here are trying to catch up with us. You know, they're trying to catch up with the United States in basketball. So we might want to, you know, tone it down just a bit, you know, get back putting our foot on people's necks. You know? So it is what it is, but you know, you got Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi. They going for their 5th gold medal. They going for their 5th one, okay? And going into this 7th straight one that we got, Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi got 4 of them together. Breanna Stewart, Brittany Griner, they was there last time. Skylar Diggins is trying to get there. I think Skylar Diggins was there last time. Tina Charles has been there. Now we got Aja Wilson, who was the MVP of last season. You have, you know, some newcomers, you know, Akins and, you know, Lloyd and Gray. We got some newcomers, but hey, you know, we got 6 first-time Olympians on the women's squad. But hey, when you got Sue Bird, when you got Diana Taurasi, when you got Brittany Griner, when you got Breanna Stewart and Tina Charles, we're in good hands. And the head coach Dawn Stanley, I mean, come on, you know, champion with the South Carolina Gamecocks, you know, a couple of years ago. The United States women's in good hands. I have no doubts. I have no worries about our women. I believe our women will handle business and do what they always do to make it 7 straight gold. Now they are in Group B, and Group B does involve France, Nigeria, and the host country, Japan. France is interesting. France is interesting. I don't know about Nigeria, even though for them not letting Ogumake and I forgot the other lady name to not play, it's a shame. It's really a shame. Why not? They are part Nigerian. Let them represent the country. It's not the United States' fault. It's not Nigeria's fault. It's the Olympic officials' fault for this. Okay? These ladies should represent Nigeria if they wanted to. But there's rules and regulations and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna harp on it, but they should be playing for Nigeria. That's all I'm saying. And speaking of Nigeria, on the 27th, that's when our ladies get their Olympic road started. They changed it up differently. Usually it was 2 groups with 6 teams in each. They switched it up. It's 3 groups with 4 teams in each, so it's not many games. It's 3 games. It's both men's and women's. 3 games. And then you get to, you know, the quarterfinals, the semifinals, and the middle round. Stuff like that. So, game 1 of 3 is against Nigeria on the 27th, 12:40. All the games for the women are at 12:40 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just throwing that out there. So, you have Nigeria on the 27th. Then on the 30th, the women's play Japan, the host state, the host country. And then on August 2nd, the ladies finish off their preliminary rounds against France. So we got Nigeria, Japan, and France in the preliminary rounds. And then the 3rd through the 4th will be the quarterfinals. The 6th will be the semifinals. And then the 7th will be the medal game. So That's on the women's side, and I believe the women will handle business and make it 7 straight gold. I'm not that confident on the men's side. I'm just gonna be completely honest with you. I'm not that confident in the men's side. I'm really not. No. You know, they're going for their 4th straight. They haven't lost an Olympic game. The men's have not lost an Olympic game since 2004. And that was to Argentina back in 2004 in the semifinals. That team was led by Manu Ginobili. You can see why. Now, since this run, the men have won Olympic Games by an average of 27.5 points. In other words, the men, just like the women, have been dominant in this run. And then we have some questions arise because Nigeria, in the first exhibition game, caught you. You know, I was like I said on the last time I was on, you know what? Maybe it's what the United States need. Maybe they need to realize, hey, this ain't the same United States team that's been dominant. This ain't the same roster. This ain't the same group that people fear, okay? You don't fear this team like that anymore. Okay. The fear part was right, but the wake-up call wasn't, because the very next time they played was against Australia, and Australia beat them, led by Patty Mills. Okay, now we got some concerns here, because now I gotta dive deeper into the fear factor, because Bam Adebayo, good player, nobody fears him. Jeremy Grant, good player, nobody fears him. Draymond Green, great player, great defensive player. You know, gets up in your face, but nobody fears him. Zach LaVine, good player, underrated player, nobody fears him. And then you looked at it, you have Kevin Durant. Oh, we fear Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant's that dude. All right, Damian Lillard. Hey, he that dude too. There's some trepidation there. And then Jason Tatum. Okay, I can see what he's going. Bradley Beal was on the team, but he ain't making a trip because of health and safety protocol issues. Zach LaVine did survive, so he was there. You added Kendall Johnson and JaVale McGee to replace Bradley Beal and Kevin Love, who Kevin Love would not be playing because of injury. But now, if you look at the roster, Bam Adebayo, Kevin Durant, Jeremy Grant, Draymond Green, Keldon Johnson, Zach LaVine, Damian Lillard, JaVale McGee, Jason Tatum, and then you add Devin Booker, who just come off a finals loss. We'll see how he recovers from that finals loss and how quickly he get acclimated with the Olympic rules. And then our 2 champions, Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton of the Milwaukee Bucks, are on their way to Tokyo along with Devin Booker. How do they get acclimated and get to come down very quickly from having a championship and the parade and all that stuff to get acclimated with the Olympic rules and get ready to just bring home this 4th straight gold? You know, Greg Popovich, Pop is the coach of this team. And Pop, you gotta do something. You gotta get this team right. And I believe in Pop. I always believe in Pop. Pop is my favorite coach in the NBA, of all NBA. He is my favorite coach. That's including Phil Jackson. I love Pop. Pop is the GOAT. But now we're in Olympic style now. Pop knows this is Olympic stuff because he's been there with Coach K. So that's why it was easy for Coach K to go ahead and move on, get out the chair, and give it to Pop. But like I said, when you look at this team on paper, you don't. Devin Booker, yeah. Kevin Durant, yeah. Jason Tatum, yeah. Damian Lillard, yeah. It's only 4 guys you actually fear on this team. Only 4. Everybody else, you're like, okay, we respect y'all. Okay, y'all got game, but we don't fear y'all. We don't trepidation our book. Now was that team? Now was the team from last time? We talking about LeBron. You talking about KD. You talking about Melo. You talking about Chris Paul. You talking about, I think Steph would have been on that team, but he wasn't there. I mean, you talking about Klay Thompson. You talking about, and you go down the list, you was like, damn, where's the weak spot at? Dwight Howard, like, damn, where's the weak spot at? There is no weak spot because we all coming. We coming for gold again. This team, we coming for gold, but you don't have that. When you look at that roster, you like, oh my gosh, I don't see where we can beat them at. But Devin Booker, yeah. Kevin Durant, yeah. Jason Tatum, yeah. Dame Dollar, yeah. Okay, that's 4 right there. That's 4 out of the 12 that we got. I like it. JaVale McGee, if he don't do stupid stuff and he plays like he's supposed to play, we got our rim protector. Draymond Green, he makes his own defense, so that comes with it. We're gonna see how this team goes because they in Group A. Group A got Iran, France, and the Czech Republic along with the USA. The men's get started on the 25th, 2 days from now, 8 a.m. Sunday, France and the United States. And then on the 28th of July, they got Iran, that's at 12:40 a.m. And then on the last day of the month, July 31st, is versus the Czech Republic, 8 a.m. And then you got your quarterfinals on the 3rd, your semifinals on the 5th of August, and then I believe your medal games are on the 7th. I could be wrong, but as far as that goes, hey, we got gold on our minds for the United States. As long as this Olympics is planned, despite what's going on in Japan with COVID, nothing else should be on our mind except gold. Roster is questionable for the men. I love the women's roster, but it should be nothing but gold on our mind. That's it. So that's all I got for you on this short edition of the Hoops Talk podcast from the Playmakers blog. Down at the Playmakers Silence out here in Jacksonville, Florida. I'm signing off. I will catch y'all a little later to continue the coverage of the Olympics. Woo! I hope you guys enjoyed that episode as much as I enjoy bringing it to you. So if you want to stay updated and know when new episodes of Hoop Talks come out, subscribe and follow to the podcast. You can do this on Google Podcasts, Spotify, Speaker.com, or any of your favorite platforms, including iTunes/Apple Podcasts. And for those of you who are listening on iTunes and Apple Podcasts, go ahead and drop a rate and review of the podcast to let us know how we're doing and how we can improve. And for those of you who want to see any other podcasts that we got going on, go ahead and subscribe to our website, theplaymakersblog.com, and you can see all the podcasts that we do. Until next time for Hoops Talk, it's your boy, the Playmaker Diana Taursai, signing off.